Do you want to get rich in this cycle using only your knife? Well, friends, my name is Rengawr. Welcome to another guide. Let us jump right in. Now, this might be literally the best knife run in the game. I spent a lot of time looking for one, and this is the only one where I can consistently net upwards of over 100,000 credits an hour. Now, there are some limiting factors we'll discuss at the end of the video, but the reason that I like this run so much is because you can actually use it in unison with my last money run guide. That one kind of blew up. If you haven't seen it, I'll throw it at the top. But the RNG factor of my last run was if you spawned on the west half of the map, you had to kind of, run all the way across the world. But now if you spawn on the west half of the map, you can do this one. You spawn on the other half of the map, you can do my old one. So there literally are no bad spawns anymore on this map to make money. So hopefully you guys enjoy the guide. Let's jump right in. Now, as you saw earlier, this guide kind of revolves entirely around finding pale ivy blossoms, and I found a location where they spawn in abundance, and it's easy to get there with your knife. Now, they sell for 800 a piece, and they weigh 1 gram a piece, so pretty much every one that you can fit in your container is 800 credits a piece. We'll talk about this more in a few minutes, but as you can see, I also have some Death Bloom in my stash, which I got from doing my other money guide, which I'll leave linked at the top, because depending on where you spawn, you can actually do one guide or the other, which makes this less RNG because you have two options now instead of one, and they can both be done with just a knife. But a pistol does make things easier if people are contesting you, which they probably will be after this guide becomes public and you're watching it. So let's hop into what'll limit you, and then we will talk about how to do the guide. Now, this money run guide requires you to go back to the Crescent Falls map, which is the harder of the two maps. You must select the map and then deploy, and again, we have nothing on us. Now, this run is a little RNG because we're relying on getting like one of 6 spawns to get to the location we're trying to get to get these pale ivy blossoms. Now we're going to the fallen tree, which is on the westmost half of the map. So any spawn on the west half of the map is very viable. Now we have to be careful in the way in which we run to the fallen tree because of our we only have a hatchet, but you can see I got one of the closest spawns, which is right next to the fallen tree. You actually get these quite frequently, and there are tons of spawns actually around the fallen tree itself. Now, what I would do if you spawn here is run around this way, and you're looking for these logs, and you're going to go on to the farther log, because you can't actually get up on this one. And what you're looking to do is go this way so you actually get around the marauder that's located on this bridge. So if you see this bridge right here, there's a marauder here. You want to go around this way to avoid said marauder. Now, we are not scared of things like striders with a knife because you actually can one-shot a strider with a knife. All you have to do is hold down left click and do a power attack like that, and it'll one-shot every strider you see. Now, rattlers are extremely annoying, and marauders can be outrun, but rattlers are kind of persistent, and they really, really are annoying. So as you can see, all we're doing is running around and checking the various spawns. The blue runner egg that can be found right here. You can also see on any vines is where you'll see the flowers, as well as on bushes as well. They'll be kind of glowing, so you're looking for just that glow. And again, just make sure you're putting your face inside all of the vines, because the vines is where you'll see this. Now, there's pretty much blossoms everywhere, so make sure you're getting used to where the spawns are, because you might miss a couple in the beginning. I know I missed a couple when I was first doing it. I'd go back at the footage and be like, oh, I missed that one. I wasn't looking hard enough. So definitely you have to get a feel for it. Now, when this video does come out and you're watching this, it'll start to become contested, especially with your knife. So people might start bringing pistols, and if people bring a pistol and you only have a knife, you're kind of outgunned and you're going to get farmed. So I would recommend definitely making sure that if you find this to be contested a lot, that you're bringing pistols as well. But as you can see, like, look at how many flowers I have already. My container is legitimately full. I have 13 flowers and an egg already, and if I had a friend, I could fit a lot more of these flowers as well. So if you have a small container, you can bring friends, and we'll talk about this more later. But just look at how much I made. I just got 17 flowers. This is my first time recording this for the video. Like, that's absolutely insane. So what we're going to be doing now is how do we get these out of here? So these 17 flowers, to get them out of here, all we have to do actually is exit the station. We don't have to actually leave the map. That's what makes this so fast, is we can just exit the station, because anything in your safe pockets when you die or disconnect, you keep it. So now that I disconnected, I have it, and I can go right back in. And same thing if you get a bad spawn. You can just go right back into the run, and let's say I got a terrible spawn, right? I can actually disconnect and I can go again. Now, if you spawn pretty much anywhere on the west half of the map, you can run there very fast, and sometimes you'll get back in the same raid that you were in, so you actually won't have the option to be able to loot flowers because they're all gone, right? So what you can do is disconnect. So like even right here, this might be kind of far for some people. I don't really mind it too much, but you can run there, or like if you run into players, you can just die to them. It's not a big deal, but you can either run here, or if you spawn on the east half of the map, you can do my other money run guide, which I'll show you real quick what the spawns look like for that. But yeah, this is just really insane. We're going to talk about a couple more things like getting away from monsters and stuff, and then that'll be the guide, guys. Now, I spawned at Starport landing pad, which isn't actually a terrible spawn for doing this money run guide. However, if you ever do spawn here, I recommend doing my other money run guide, which I will again link at the top. This one requires you to go over this way and go into the desert biome to then look for dust bloom flowers. Now, as you can see, this, again, I have a knife, so I have to sneak past all of these mobs. I'm not really too scared of striders, but rattlers and marauders are very scary because I only have a knife. You can one-shot any strider you see with a charged power attack by holding just the left click down and then letting it go, but you do need stamina to use this, so make sure that you are using stamina. So if you do spawn here, what you can do is walk over onto this railway right here. Again, we're at the Starport landing pad. You get up this way, and you're going to be following this railway all the way here, and then you just want to make the jump at least onto this ledge, but ideally make it here, and then you can vault onto this ledge right here. And now all you're doing is following my old money run guide, which will bring you all the way up to the Pinnacle Lab looking for those flowers. And it's the same thing. We usually do this with a pistol, but this way you can at least still make some money without having to run across the world. And that goes for any of the spawns on the right side of the map. So anytime you spawn over here, you're going to be doing the old money run guide. Anytime you spawn over here, you're doing the new money run guide. So this kind of eliminates some of the RNG that we will be facing while doing this guide. Now again, you can find these dust bloom all over the desert and at the lab as well. However, the lab is definitely hard to get through without a pistol at all, but you still can make money without getting there, and you only have a knife, so even if you die to AI, like, it's okay. Again, you saw I can one-shot that strider, and every flower you find is 1,500 credits. Again, this is covered in my other money run guide, which I will link at the top and at the end of the video. But you can see that there's a ton of spawns even outside of the lab, so even if you do go there and die to players, or you do die to, I don't know, someone or AI, you can live. But you can see there's still so much money to be made even outside of the Pale Ivy Blossoms, and this will alleviate a lot of the RNG of the run. The most limiting factor of this entire money run is going to be the size of your safe pockets, and that is because your safe pockets is going to be your only storage as you're going into this run completely naked. Now, you can upgrade the size of your safe pockets at the quarters upgrade in the quarters at the computer. You go to inventory, and the right side of the tree will give you the upgrades. Now, every time you upgrade, it increases the capacity by 5, meaning you can fit 5 more flowers every time you upgrade it. Now, if you do have a small safe pocket, that is okay, because you can bring a friend with you, and then you guys can both pick up flowers, and you won't leave any behind, which is very useful. So I just want to talk about that. Well, guys, that was the guide. If you enjoyed it, hit that sub button, hit that like, comment down below what you want to see next, because we are doing daily guides here on the channel. So every day during the beta, a new guide, as well as daily streams where I'm giving away beta access to the game. Hopefully you guys can get rich using this guide, and I will see you guys next time.